boy, sometimes when I'm, in that place with, I do my spiritual thing a little bit different than most of you, but at the end of the day, I'm always focused on how our experience in the 3D is connected to our spiritual experience. But I mean, at the end of the day, you got to understand we spend eternity in the spirit. I mean, this is temporal here, B. We all know this thing. I mean, even though the extension of life is about to come in again, you know, eternity, is far greater than what we can see until that time comes when that I am say, you know what, I'm going to just turn mine on and then it's going to just be mine and me. But anyhow, I'm just saying, B, there are some things that we could just look at them without realizing and see that, women, double X, men, XY, right? And you don't really look at it from a spiritual context when you think of that information, boo. But I'm just, take a minute with me and just consider for a moment or two. A woman is a double X, you see. And that's two of the same thing. So it's like if you look in the mirror, then I see me, I see a reflection coming back, you see. And when you look in the mirror, you do the same thing too. But a man got an XYB. Well, we already know that the X is the mirror. But the Y is reflecting something different, B. And at the end of the day, if God is a constant, you see, if we look straight across the board, we would see that the only thing that's not constant, boo, would be the male species. I mean, you can see where I'm going with this and how it appears to be true. I mean, we reflect that I am, B. I mean, the woman, the double X, B. I mean, and y'all are a reflection of the thing that I am created, see? So you can't really reflect that I am because you were created with me. And when I was created, there was nothing but that I am, you see. There was no vessel for anything to go through, boo, see? So that's why the position that the double X holds, you see, has a degree of innate superiority. And not because it's, well, it is the greater vessel, boo, because it's the one that you can birth life through. And it's the one that God can use, and he don't need man to create too. So while, yes, when we are dealing with things in the 3DB and you dealing with a man, you see, he do have a lot of power because he wills the XY. You see, that means that he can make boys and girls come to be. It is the combination of that I with the double X's, you see, that allow us to make men be. To make one of them. So you need two of a thing to make that thing, and you need that I in me. And then once you got it, see, that's why y'all keep an X, but it's really always distributed back to me. I mean, at the end of the day, I know it could get downright confusing, B, but for those of you out there who are not religious, boo, I mean, who, I just want to understand how I get to that I am me, and if I am able to achieve it in the same way. See, not that men can't get to that I. We all got that I, you see, but their expression of it and how they get to it is going to be a hell of a lot different than what a divine feminine would do. And so this is why we get into these battles of the sexes, because we really confuse the fact that we just have different orders and operations, boo. We don't do the same thing as one another, and that's the truth. And you got to really understand that it is bigger than what we see, because while somebody may be male in the 3D, they could still have divine feminine energy, because we do have all of it. I mean, we're encompassed, boo. I mean, there's no missing parts. I mean, every one of you belong to God, and that's the truth. Whether you be negative or positive, you need to stop having this fight, B. So who told you that negative was a bad thing? Negative is the ground, B. It is where you come from if you can't see. And at the end of the day, it's also where you're going to return to, boo, because this is what happens to people who have this energy. And if you want to have life, then you have life when you come in with me. And if you don't get it by now, you see that we line up in pairs of two, boo. Positive and negative will do. And so instead of vilifying your partner, you see, because they have a different energy, you got to learn how to ground down into the energy. Or learn to be the ground that the positive needs, you see. But at the end of the day, no matter what, we have an order in operation. There is nobody who's good or bad in this thing. I mean, God already told you that the wealth of the wicked was stored up for the righteous, boo. So if you let your wicked partner go do what the fuck they do, they're going to be in a position to do what they got to do for you. It's not your job to judge how they do, what they do. They are listening to the God inside of them like you should be listening to the God inside of you. At the end of the day, if you're not listening to that I am, then you're making a mistake, boo. No matter what anybody can tell you, even me, boo. I mean, I'm just letting you know the order and operation to this thing. Like I told you, I can never tell you how your package is going to unravel. That comes from that I am. And I don't have the authority to be that over you. I'm just that over me. Like I told you, I'm not trying to be your spiritual leader. I'm just one of the chosen few. I mean, here to do the job that God told me to do. And at the end of the day, that is to call you on and let you know that it's a real thing you could do. Now, it's real easy if you got a double X. I mean, it's a guarantee. You don't have to try. It is innate in you. Now, if that man is willing to allow you to help him pipe down some of that alpha energy, and even if they beta males, it don't really matter, you see, because then they turn into incels and they still want to act like they better than every fucking thing. But if you can find your way to Sigma B, I mean, get to that place where you can just mellow it on down, so then you're able to receive the other X in me. Then I can take that Y and extend it, that little line down, B, and what used to be a Y could mirror the X in me. But first, the wife have to know that she's saved because she recognized that I am is operating in her, my friend. And if that I am comes on in your wife, you really do have a good thing. Because she could take that Y you carry. And if you're willing to allow her to help you, will have that Y appear just like a double X, and God will welcome you straight on through. But if you keep on thinking it's your job to tell her what to do, you're going to miss your opportunity to make it, boo. And you're going to screw her and your fucking children too. So please, I know your ego is big, B. I know that men like to be in command of everything. But in order for you to get right with that I am, you see, you got to get in the proper order of operation, B. You got to get in line and allow your wife to meet you with the help. That's the job God gave her to do. And it's not just cooking and fucking cleaning for you. I mean, she has that I am on the inside of her. And she is, without a shadow of a doubt, able to activate, boo, because she is in the mirror and image of likeness of who? And you are in the mirror and image and likeness of that I am in me. Because it is the combination of the two that created man, you see. And at the end of the day, this is the greatest impression that if you could just accept this as the truth, it would change your chemical reactions to life, B. It would extend your life expectancy. It would, lift you out of this state of utter confusion, my friends. And everything that was going in every which way would find its way the straight way. It would know exactly what it would have to do. It would find the I inside. It would no longer need to be validated by you. It would know that I am is all I need and that I am do. And if I continue to go on with that I am, then that I am is always going to make sure I can make it through. As long as I let that I am go before me, be. And I am standing in the place in line where I'm supposed to be, not trying to jump ahead and be the boss of every fucking thing. But learn to work with the people in the world around me. Understand that we all got a different viewpoint, B. That's the beautiful part about this tapestry. Every last one of us giving God the opportunity to experience life on every level, boo. I don't give a fuck what level you struggle with too. I mean, God is actually experiencing life through you. And so maybe you might want to consider the life that you're giving God, be the Most High, you see. Because no matter who you are, male or female, he resides inside you, be. It's just there is an order and operation to how you can find him, you see. And when it comes to be a divine feminine, there's nothing you really have to do. You sit down and be fucking quiet and God's going to start to talk to you. But when it comes to men, it's a little bit different, B, because we are here to meet them with their help. That's what we do spiritually. Now, I'm not saying that in 3D we don't cook and that we don't clean. But that is not our main job, to help our men, you see. And the reason why when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing, is because if he finds an activated God-body wife, for as wicked as he may be, a saved wife can always save her husband, my friend. And it's by way of her mouth and the way she speaks, you see. It's not to tickle his fucking ears and make him feel good, B. It's to tell him how the fuck he operate and invite him to come the fuck on with me. And if you don't have the wherewithal to stand up and do it, boo, and you keep on letting your man run over you, he gonna run you and him right into the grave for which you had the power to save both of you from, boo. The Old Testament was foreshadowing. And at the very beginning, it told man, woman, he needs you. Come the fuck on so we can do what the fuck it is we got to do. Come on. And come the funk on.